Hello my planner pals and welcome back, and if you're new here then thank you for joining me and giving me a try. My name is Di, I am here at Creative Comma Design, and today we're back at you with another tips, tricks, tutorials, hacks kind of video, and I'm going to share with you 25 ways that you can use your monthly layout and or your perpetual calendar. So some of these ideas can be interchanged depending on how you do it, what you want to do, and that kind of thing. Now, the idea here is this is a collaboration video with Rini at the Enchanted Planner, and I'm going to share 25, and then I'm going to leave a link in the description because there's another 25 ways in her video. So when you've watched this, pop over to her channel and check out another 25. All right, so in no particular order, this is my 25 ways to use your monthly or your perpetual. Now, in my flip through that I did of my 2022 planner, you'll have seen this. This is my perpetual that I had in my catch-all planner, and this is all weird holidays and stuff like that. So some of it is regular holidays, but then I've got Astronomy Day, Pet Day, Scrabble Day, Pie Day, Almond Day, Do Nothing Day. So I went, there's a website called Brownie Locks, and if I remember, I will leave a link in the description. They've got a ton of weird weird holidays, Bikini Day, but then there's other stuff like Arthritis Day, Grandparents Day, Video Games Day. And for Video Games Day, I did the spread with Pac-Man. So you can kind of use these as guides or prompts for different planner spreads and stuff like that. So they just might be things that you want to put into your planner or can give you an idea for a different kind of planner spread. So that's the first way. Another thing that you can do is, you can see here, you can just put the weather in. So if you have your perpetual and you don't know what to do with it, you can just put the weather in. It could just be the temperatures. You can just put rain, sunny, cloudy, something like that. So that's another way you can actually put the weather in here. You could even use stickers. You could use color-coded or something like that. Maybe you use blue for rainy days, gray for cloudy days, yellow for sunshine, red for like absolutely brilliant sunshine. So you could even color code it. Now, one of the other things that you can do for your perpetual is use it to do the word of the day. Now, there are tons of apps that have the word of the day, but sometimes, I don't know about you, but I forget them. So if you are like me and you need a physical version of something, then this is a great way to do that. You just fill in your word of the day here and do that. Now, the other thing that you can do is, along the lines of the word of the day, is that you can choose a word to describe your day. So it can be exciting, maybe it's a typical day, maybe you were outdoorsy, you went for a hike, social, maybe you had lunch or something like that, chill day, lazy day. Kind of pick a word to describe your day. Now, the other thing that you can do, especially with your monthly planner, is to practice your lettering. So you can see here that this is my lettering planner, and I just come in and I practice my lettering. This was when I was doing my tarot in my monthly, and yeah, I just practice my lettering in my monthly spread. You could do this as well in your perpetual, and you could even combine this with some of the other things, maybe your word of the day, and you'd practice your lettering on the word of the day. Just an option. Now, also as part of this is what you can do is you can use it for practicing language. So if, like me, you're trying to learn a new language, I keep trying to learn Spanish, but it does kind of morph into French partway through. I've mentioned that before. But if you're trying to learn a different language, then you can put in, similar again to a word or a thing or something of the day, and you can just put in the translation underneath it in a different color, and then you've learned a new word for the day in a different language. Now, the other thing that you can do with your monthly, especially rather than your perpetual, is that you can do a photo a day. So you can kind of have these 1.5 inch squares and just put a different photo in every day. If you're thinking about doing that with your perpetual, what I would suggest is you do a photo of the week and then just have a photo in each like weekly block instead of in each day instead. But that is also an option, a photo of the day or of the week. All right, so one of the other things that you could do is in your Perpetual calendar, you can use it to kind of have like a list of, I want to say like memory events or things that made you happy or gratitude or something like that. So maybe it's that you, like here I put visit Ojai, at 4th of July fireworks, lunch with Reggie, donuts at Whole Foods, flowers from Kathy, free lemons. Just something that kind of sparked joy or something of that day, or a highlight of the day, a happy memory of the day, but just something to kind of again attract like light kind of energy, something where you can just put a little happy memory. I'm gonna call it happy memory. It could also be like the news or current events that you put in here. Again, it doesn't have to be each day. Maybe it's just the week. You just pick one happy memory of the week. You do you. And again, this could also be in the monthly. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can use this for your health, and you can track your blood pressure. Now, if you're tracking your blood pressure, you can do it in the Perpetual, you can do it in the monthly, especially if you have like, you're checking your blood pressure AM, PM, you can just do like AM here, AM, PM, and then put your blood pressure in or whatever you're doing there. But yeah, that's another thing that you can do, use it to track your blood pressure. So the other thing that you can do is you can use your monthly to track your blood sugar levels. So again, similar to the blood pressure, it's again easier to do your blood sugar levels, I think, on the monthly because you've got a little more space. But you can do breakfast, lunch, dinner, and before bed, and do before and after. So that's another use for your monthly calendar. Now, along the same lines of health, if you're dealing with some kind of health issue and you want to kind of discern what is the trigger for that health issue, maybe you're on a food exclusion diet and you're just like reintroducing foods back in. Now, a few years ago, I did have an issue with bread. It literally lasted like 14 months and then I was fine. Whenever I ate bread, I would literally blow up like a balloon. Now I am fine, but I basically just use something like this, bread, symptoms, and then just tracked them out of days that I ate bread. And then if I didn't eat bread, then I wouldn't put the little highlight on and I would put the symptoms at the side. So yeah, but for me, that helped when I was doing my food exclusion diet. Keep a track of it if you're doing that. So another use for your Perpetual or your monthly is if you are a cyclist, a runner, a walker, or something like that, or you're doing some kind of physical activity that is either like time-based or mileage-based, you can keep a track of your mileage in your Perpetual or your monthly. So you just got to come in, put whatever you did, 4.8 miles, walk, 5.2, biked, 8 miles, walked, ran. And you just keep a track of your mileage in your Perpetual or your monthly. Now you can also use this Perpetual calendar as a mood tracker. I actually have this in my current planner that I'm tracking my kidney health in this, whether it's a good day, whether it's a not so good day, great day, whether it's a, oh crap, I need to take a painkiller kind of day. So yeah, you could do this with just little smiley faces, and let's face it, there's a ton of those little icon stickers like these, the little smiley faces. You could even just amend some bullets, get yourself some little bullets and draw your face on. But yeah, you could use that. You can just draw in like I did here. Just draw in your little face, whatever it is. Draw in your face and then you are good. If you're using your monthly, you can actually color it in and put your face in, or you could use a big circle sticker or some big icons. This is another use for your monthly. Track your moods. Now, if you own any kind of business, or maybe you're a content creator, or maybe you're sharing things on social media, then you can use your Perpetual or your monthly to keep a track of what you've posted. Now, years ago, what I used to do in my bullet journal was I had a little section, because I used the skinny. I had a little section and I would do little tiny photos of the image that I'd posted on social media. You could do the same thing here. Again, talking about that photo of the day, maybe if you have a planner that is specifically for business, that's what you use your monthly for. You just, whatever it is that you're posting that day, you take a photo and you put it in your planner, and you keep a physical copy of whatever you've posted on social media. If that feels like too much work, what you can do is use your Perpetual and just say, okay, on Monday, I posted my monthly in my catch-all. Tuesday, I did a tutorial. Wednesday, I did my wellness spread. Thursday, I did my journal. Friday, I posted a photo of the whole video that I did. And then Saturday, I posted what I had created that week on Etsy. So you could also use it for your business. So one of the other ways that you can use your Perpetual or your monthly is that you can come in and use it as a decluttering tracker. So if you have done the minimalism game, which is basically on day 1 of the month, you get rid of one thing, and you can write down, I'm just going to say, let's say, I don't know why, but rolling pin is coming to mind. I got rid of rolling pin. And then day 2, the 2 things that you got rid of. Maybe you decluttered 2 pairs of pants, 3 t-shirts, etc., etc., etc. And you just go through. On day 31 of August, you're getting rid of 31 things. And you go down the list and you do that. Or you could just go, yes, 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 yes. And then at the end, however many items it is, decluttered. If you do that, it's easier on the monthly because you can write out all the little things. But yeah, that's another idea that you can do. If you're decluttering, give yourself a visual of the things. And if you're decluttering, you can also take a photo of it and put that in your planner as well, which if you're donating, you'll need anyway. All right, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you'll remember this spread. This was from March of 2022, and this was my connection spread. So when I did this, I absolutely love this. This is probably one of my favorite spreads of 2022. This is like a top 10 for me. And all I did each day was reach out to someone in person, by phone, by text, or just messaging on like a message board or whatever. But I reached out to somebody every day, and I just came in, lettered, practiced my lettering, combining all of these ideas, and then I just tracked what I did and who I reached out to and did that. But that, for me, I love using my monthly this way. I love this way to use my monthly. Use it to connect. Now, similar to the connection, if you're doing something like sending a card every day or something like that, or again, maybe you're just connecting every day, or you're sending a card or a random act of kindness or something like that, then you can put in who you've sent the card to, who you've connected to, and put it in your Perpetual. Works exactly the same way, it's just not as nice looking in my opinion. Now, I know that a couple of you out there are avid writers, or you're doing like the NaNoWriMo type of thing where you're trying to publish something, or maybe you're doing some kind of creative outlet, something that you need to do every day, then what you might want to do is start tracking. And the Perpetual calendar is a great way to do that. Maybe you're doing the number of words a day and you're doing, okay, my goal is 250 words a day. Now you can write down the number of words that you did. I don't know, I'm just going to put 300 in here and 256 in here. But maybe on this one, because this one is red, I only did 200. And then the black one I've used as I did not write at all that day. So you can color code it. You can use your smiley faces. You can use your frowny faces. You can just do the colors. You can just write in the number that you did. I like to color code those, but that's because I'm more of a visual person than a figures. I'm just a very visual person. All right, now the next one is you can track your video games on your monthly or your Perpetual. I like doing this on my Perpetual, and this is what I do. And I got asked this in a comment recently because I mentioned it in my setup or my flip through. I can't remember, but this is what I do. Now, I'm going to suggest this. If you play more than one game, maybe you do, but maybe let's say here you have Pac-Man and you do Pac-Man, and then you do Pokemon, and then you do that. The other thing that you can do, now I play Pokemon Go, I know, I'm 51, I play Pokemon Go. But sometimes I'll do, okay, let's say if you play Pokemon Day, you'll know that there are community days, and then I'll put whatever Pokemon it is. Larvitar. But yeah, you can do that. Maybe it's a raid day or something like that. Now, the game that I play is Path of Exile. If you play Path of Exile, let me know in the comments down below. And Path of Exile has different end game things that you can do. One of them is Delve. There's Heist, I can map, I can farm, I can play Expedition, I can do all sorts of things at end game. And because there's a lot of things to do, it's sometimes very easy, if you're like me, to get overwhelmed. So what I will do is I will go and do Delve for like 3 or 4 days, and that's all I will do. Then I'll run all of my heists. Then I will map and farm, so that maybe I'm farming like logbooks to go into doing Expedition after that. So that's how I will do it. I also used to play World of Warcraft, so maybe instead it's something like raid day, quests. I also like to put my levels in here. So let's say I just reached level 95 and then it took me 4 days to get to level 96. That would be hopeful. But yeah, that is also what you can do. And you can use your Perpetual that way. The other thing that I do in my calendars is when there is a specific release date. So quite often in my game, in Path of Exile, we have release dates. Every quarter there's a new major release. So I will have a whole day where from usually at 12 p.m. PoE launch, and I'm going to put the recent one, which is Forbidden Sanctum, because I know that I like to play all day when that launches. So yeah, that's what I do, and then I will track it in my Perpetual. You do you. All right, the other thing that you can do is what I call self-challenges. So whether it is like this one was, I wanted this month to do 1 Etsy listing a day. This is what sparked my whole Etsy store and kicked everything off. Although I had products already in the store, this really made me knuckle down and get them out of my computer and into my store. You can also do stuff like this. So my plan was that I was going to do, I think it was like 15 minutes a day of exercise. This one was when I was going to learn to juggle, and then promptly partway through the month, I tailed off because I ended up remodeling and redecorating this home office. So yeah, you can use them for that. Again, workouts, that was self-care. So you can use it in a lot of different ways to do a self-challenge, whatever your self-challenge happens to be. Now, one of the other things that you can do in your monthly or your Perpetual is you can use it as a book tracker. Now, I know that some people have all of those like fancy pages and stuff, but if you're not into that, you can use your Perpetual. And here's what I suggest doing. Print out a picture of your book, or you can just put a box in there of when you started it. When you started your book, you put your picture here, whatever it is, and then you just draw an arrow for however many days that it took you to read that book. You could also, if you wanted to, just put a little blurb about the book and write some thoughts in here, because again, this is just going to be dead space otherwise. So if you want to write some thoughts in, or put a little smiley face, frowny face of your thoughts about the book, put that in too. But you can use this as your book tracker. You don't need to print yourself a different page or anything like that to track the books that you've read each year. If you're not using your Perpetual, use your Perpetual. You could even just put it in a little box in your calendar on your monthly. Just put a box in there and you are good. So another use for your Perpetual or your monthly is you can use it for some financial stuff. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of different ways that you can do that. And the first one is if you are, I don't know, maybe you're wait staff, bar staff, you're something where you receive tips and you need to keep a track of them. You can keep a track of them in your Perpetual calendar. and just put in however much that you receive that day. And these are just random figures. I just pulled them out of my bum. So yeah, just, you know, just put down whatever it is. If you, I don't know, are making sales on something, maybe you have an Etsy store, maybe you sell cookies, I don't even know. Maybe you track your sales each day in here instead. So you can have 2 uses there for tracking. The other thing that you can do is use this to track your savings. So if you are doing like a savings challenge, maybe you're doing like $1 a day. Yes. And you just put $1 in your little tub, whatever it is that you're using as a little money box or something, or maybe you're just transferring it from your current account to your savings account. Yes, I did it today. Yes, I did it today. And you can even keep a running tally here of each time that you added on. So if you are budget tracking, you can use this to track how much you're spending. So maybe you had a massage this day and you had a massage, it was $79 and you tipped $20. So you can just use that to track those. You could even put in whatever they are, especially if it's in your monthly. So that's another way to use that as well. Now, if none of those work for you and you're just at a complete loss as to what to use your perpetual calendar for, if you have a planner, the chances are that you are using a gajillion of your sticker books and you're like, I don't know which one of these I want to use. At the beginning of the year, think about the books that you have and you can plan out a quarter, because 3 of these come on a quarter, or you can plan out just a month. You can plan out the whole year if you want to go for it and be like, okay, this is Christmas week, so I'm going to use Happy Planner, Christmas Joy. This is my birthday week, so I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to do Minions and Black and White. This is the beginning of December, but I know that I don't like to do Christmas spreads before the week of Christmas. So I'm going to do rainbow and I'm going to do yellow and pink. And just think about planning ahead for your planners. And you can even, if you wanted to afterwards, once you've done your spread, you can come in and put a little photo in so that when you look at the year, you'll have just a spread of all of the planner spreads that you've done. I hope that makes sense. It's a little bit meta, but you'll have a planner spread of the planner spreads. But that could also be whatever hobby that it is that you have. So yeah, it doesn't have to be necessarily planner themes. It could be anything. Maybe it's artwork or whatever it is that you do as your hobby. All right, my friends, I hope that helped. Gives you 25 ideas there of how you can use your perpetual and your monthly calendar. So again, for 25 more ideas, head to the link in the description where Rini will share with you 25 more ways to use your monthly and your perpetual calendar. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, then give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time, my planner pals. Bye!